Yay. Alright, so we're going to touch on the raid in just a minute, but the first thing that we want to touch on is TeamSpeak. As we move forward, this is going to become more important. If you haven't done so, we do have a post up which goes into more detail. Fixing to link it.
Fixing to link it.
Alright, there it is.
Broken?
So, just when you get a chance, read over it. It goes into more detail, but the gist of it is that we want everyone to have fun and enjoy each other's company in the main channel, which is now called the Back Alley. But if you notice that you're talking over everybody or you're dominating the channel at any point, go ahead and move to another channel. If one of the council's in here and we notice that's happening, you may be asked to move, or we might just straight up move you out. If that happens, don't get offended. Also, as far as the main channels, which the main channels are now the Back Alley, the Cozy Cantina, and the Skooma Den for ESO. So if you're in any of those channels, don't do anything requiring major coordination. We have other channels available for that. If you're doing a raid or an ops, make sure you go into the ops channel. Any questions on TeamSpeak?
Anyone at all?
Vic joined your channel.
Most of the channels are already given perfect permission for you to be able to go in and out of there. So you should have no problem logging into any channel with the exception of the council chambers. As the name implies, it's only for council members, so please forgive us for having our own room.
Yeah.
Click.
Oh yeah, and don't go into the Island of Friendship, which used to be Ion's Island of Friendship. It's scary in there. Anyways, so each guild will eventually have its own channel group. Moving forward into the clan. If you haven't voted already for the name, go ahead and get your vote in. We're going to be closing that at the end of this month. Fixing to give y'all a link to that. So whichever name is, has the most votes is what we will be known as a clan. Every guild that we make will be the something junkies, depending on the game. As for the council system, I kind of wanted to just gauge if you guys had any questions or was, where you guys were at with that. Anybody?
Any questions at all?
Seriously, I already voted, so fun names either way.
And the whole purpose of the clan is so that, just because we're not playing Star Wars doesn't mean that we can't play other games together. Especially with the launch of ESO, we're going to have a lot of people who are going to go over there to check it out, and if you're happy there, you're happy there, and, we still invite you to be in TeamSpeak, because there is some coordination that goes on with the ESO. I think Arv is going to be our council member for ESO. Is that Arv?
Yep.
And each council member probably will eventually be the head of a guild in a different game. And we have full intentions of whichever games we go into and we make a guild, those are going to be, lively and active guilds. So if you do play that game, it's going to be an active place for you to be. But as we branch out, the most active council member for each game will more than likely be that game's guild leader. So, if any issues ever come up or anything and you need to talk to us, if it's regarding the clan or a clan member or anything like that, talk to any council member. We all have equal responsibility as far as that's concerned. If anything arises specific to one game, contact that guild leader first. This is especially important if you're using the mail system, because the guild leader of that particular game is going to be the most active officer usually in that particular game. But of course, if the guild leader has been offline for a while or is unavailable, contact any council member and we can help you.
And don't contact Scar because he's our little worker bitch.
Well then.
Yep, he just put you in your place. At least for right now. He will eventually be a council member, so.
But the point is to make it easier and less confusing, not harder and more confusing, so... For the moment, not much has changed, but as more MMOs come out, we want you all to feel free to play them without necessarily having to, you know, disassociate from the friends you've made in the guild. And we like y'all and each other and don't want to have to, you know, ditch everyone just because we're going to a new game also, so...
I mean,
Exactly.
it's just like moving. You get up, you move from one new city to another new city, or even if you're just moving across town, you have to go to a new school. You got to start over again. We're trying to avoid things like that. We want you to have fun. This is a family. Is the way we've always tried to approach this. Admittedly, there are more parents here than in a normal family. Although I don't know if we'd all call Ion a parent, but point is we do try.
Very mature for my age.
He's barely a parent to himself.
Yeah, but pretty much we just want you guys to feel comfortable with it, and you know, we don't want to lose anybody. We love you all and we want you all here, and if you have any kind of issues or problems, you know, come and talk to us and we will do our best to get those problems resolved.
Anyone
So
have a question,
please,
comment, concern, whatever? Go ahead, Star, sorry.
I was basically saying the same thing as you. Please, if you guys got any comments, any concerns, any questions, this whole meeting is for us to tell you what we're about to do, what we're implementing, what all these changes you're seeing are being done, and finally to give you guys an opportunity to put your foot forward, your 2 cents in, and tell us what you want to see, what you want to hear, what you need to know from us in order to understand.
Why are we dinging?
Don't even have a mic.
Peyton joined your channel.
Ah, okay. Hello, user.
If it's an issue of somebody actually waiting for somebody else to say something first, please, I'm begging you, do not do that. If you have something, even if it's a glimmer in your eye or a thought that's dangling in the back of your head, please throw it out there.
Oh, I hate danglers.
Because we're all people and we're not mind readers, so, I mean, if you have something that you want to put forward, a suggestion, comment, we're all ears.
Next meeting's
And,
not to March, guys. So, we will be having another guild-wide meeting sometime around the beginning of March.
So are we gonna have guild meetings like every 3 months?
Every couple of months, yeah. Looks like we have the next guild meeting scheduled for March 22nd.
Without the guild meetings involving everyone in the guild, it becomes a dictatorship, and that's not what we want.
That's right.
Which is why we've got a council, and we try to be as diverse with it as possible.
That's right, it's all about the hierarchy.
Alright, well, since nobody has any questions or anything, we'll go ahead and move on to the new raid policy. That is the new document for raiding.
we encourage everyone just to follow along.
Movie
scroll
joined
all
your
the way
channel.
down.
If you wish to.
I forgot to tell you, Snow, there was something you needed to add to that.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody's allowed to fly off bridges but me.
Alright guys, you heard it here first. Nobody can fly off a bridge other than Dom.
But I can see my house from here.
Alright, so with the new form, don't anybody vote on it right now. This is just so that everybody can see it before we go into raid. We've condensed all the raids onto one form. So we may not necessarily be doing a 50 every other week, so it'll just be whatever you guys decide. We still have the question for fun. We've been working really hard to kind of go over our ops policy because we did have a lot of rules on there that were outdated.
And weren't necessary.
Yeah. So we've kind of condensed it and given a short
Then
explanation
joined your channel.
of why each rule is there. But just so you guys know, we're not going to be going over the ops policy again after tonight, so we won't be reading it before each raid anymore or anything like that. However, you will need to indicate your acceptance before each raid on the form. So you'll do that just by typing in your name and putting yes. So before each raid, we'll need to see 16 names on the form. If you want to raid with the guild, you will have to accept the policies. Also,
Brainrot
if
disconnected
you
from
do
your
step
channel
out
and
of
said
line
bye
during
bye.
raid, the officer assistant will be calling you out on it.
So I
But
can't-
most... Go ahead.
So I can't pass the tanks.
Brainrot joined your channel.
Well, if you pass the tanks, you know. I don't know if you've seen the wipe video, but that's what happens when you pass the tanks.
Who caused the wipe?
That's what happens when you go to let your dogs out.
Hey, I wasn't the
That
only
was
one
funny,
going
too.
AFK. Alright, but anyways, most of the op rules are just basically about respecting each other. Alright, so
Since
we're going to go
when?
ahead and read the rules. What was that, Menkar? I'm sorry.
I said since when?
Since when what?
Do we respect
Yeah.
each other?
Yeah.
Well, we you know, we have fun, but we do. Alright, so I guess I'll start. Does everybody have it up?
No, where am I going?
If I
Uh-huh.
missed
Sorry, I
anything,
was a
have
little
what up?
late.
I just got here.
Alright, I'll relink it.
Welcome, Sin.
You should have every officer read one paragraph.
Very much.
That's pretty much the plan.
Yeah.
Although I myself cannot because I cannot pull it up. I would have to alt-tab out, and that would stop the recording.
Wait a minute, this is which op we running next week?
Well, this is the form, don't vote yet.
Oh.
This is the revised form. I'm going to reset the responses, so don't worry about it. As you see, maybe, we've condensed it, so the 50s and the 55s are on one form, so whatever we raid will be completely up to you guys. We're not having a 50-55 rotation anymore, it's just whatever is decided on the sheet.
Busy joined your channel.
Alright, going over the ops policy, I'll start with the first one. During boss fights, chat should be kept to a minimum. During trash pulls and breaks, feel free to talk as much as you like. Remember, the whole point of our ops are to socialize and have fun. That rule hasn't changed, so we're all about having fun with the ops.
During the level 50 raids, or if a raid lasts less than 1 hour, 10 minutes, no break will be provided. A 10-minute break will be provided once every 50 minutes when clearing the level 55 content. After the initial 1 hour, 10 minutes has passed, if you are not back within the time limit without speaking to an ops leader or assistant first, you will be penalized and not allowed to raid next week. This is very important. We understand that things happen in life, which is why we ask you to come back and tell us something
Chrodex
if something
joined your
happens.
channel.
But please, don't think that you can just walk away and come back 15, 20 minutes later and keep everybody else waiting just because you forgot to come tell us something.
In other words, don't be a dick and expect everyone to wait for you.
Basically, yes.
Okay. And as a reminder, guild funds are available for repairs inside of ops. I mean, if you raid with us, the guild pairs are there for you. Though I would like to remind everyone you should repair before the ops begins using your own personal funds. You know, we want everyone to be able to raid, whether you have, 1,000 credits or 2 credits or 1,000,000 credits. That's why we provide the guild funds for repairs. It's it's a lot of fun, and you know what? We're gonna die. So if you take damage, don't worry about it. We're all having fun. Use the guild funds as you need them.
You will need them.
Yes, you will, especially the better gear you get. Prices go up really quick.
And the only exception to that is the progression team. For the progression team, you will use your own funds.
And your own stims.
That's right.
I mean, seriously, once tunes within the guild learn what they're doing, it's really not hard to stay alive. I mean, stay behind the tanks and assist. I mean, this is not a hard thing to do.
Alright, Ryan, who wants to go next?
I'm loading the page. It does not want to load.
Turn off auto-targeting for the duration of the ops to prevent accidental pulls. Turn off auto-targets through preferences, controls, general, uncheck, auto-target closest enemy.
Yeah, you guys should know all that already.
If you do not know how to do that, there is a short video giving a tutorial on how to do that.
Once again, this is provided at the guild website, where you can find all the information about the raids that we perform, as well as the different types of mechanics you can expect in each fight.
And if you aren't sure what the guild website is, it's www.stemjunkies.guildlodge.com.
That's right. Oh, that probably will change. As we move more into the clan, it will change.
Okay, for right now, it is www.stemjunkies.guildlodge.com.
Do I have to ask my parents' permission before I log on?
Please do. We don't want to get you in trouble.
Children under 13 should request a parent's
Not be in this guild.
We accept members of all ages, but the general TeamSpeak rule is there's no rating on the TeamSpeak. You're gonna hear some really weird stuff. You may hear some stuff that offends you.
Draymar disconnected from your channel and said bye-bye.
Just be aware that is
ops channel, right?
Yeah, in
Peyton
the ops
joined your channel.
Here in the back alley, someone may say something, someone may blurt out the F word, or so if you're sensitive to that,
Peyton disconnected from your channel and said bye-bye.
Tough nuggets.
Ion, you taking the next one?
Game may not be rated.
Please set your raid frames to 4x4 in guild ops to avoid confusion when assigning groups. If you are not fond of 4x4 setup, an easy way to set up a separate raid profile interface editor for guild /pub raids. See video for explanation.
That is on the STEM Junkies YouTube and on Grimm's channel as well.
I'll take the next one.